So, gentlemen, many of us love this quote.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Now, why do we love this line? Other than the fact that it's a dope line to say, we like it because we, most of us anyway, fancy ourselves the hero in the scenario. But is that really you? Are you the hero? Are you actually the villain? Are you Batman? Or are you Harvey Dent / Two-Face / maybe even Joker? So when it comes to certain relationship decisions, where do you stand on that? Have you lived too long? Or should you have died a long time ago?
What's that you talking about me dying?
Now I know, I get it, it's confusing. You don't know if you've gone too far, you don't know what you're supposed to do, but you did do the right thing. You came to class, balance of power, I got you covered with today's lesson. Don't become what you hate. Let's get it in. Now this is a quick lesson for all you gentlemen out there who have decided not to be in relationships. Now I get it, I understand why, but we have some questions to ask you here. If you're gonna make this decision to just not be in a relationship, why? But really, what's more important than the discovery of why is the discovery of, have you gone too far? But in order to truly find out if you've gone too far, it's going to require some investigation of ourselves. Rule 1, know thyself. So that means it's going to require you to answer some questions about you. But first, the why of it all. Just to lay it out, do I understand? Here on this show, Balance of Power, we talk about how to keep men and women together, how we keep relationships on track, basically. But do I get it? Do I understand, gentlemen, that these streets is crazy? Yes, I'm constantly telling you that these relationship streets are crazy. Do I understand the relationships when you're in a relationship, that they're hard to maintain? Exactly. How many times have you heard me say acquisition is elementary, but retention is hard? I get it. I get what it's like right now in these streets more than you know. So I understand the desire, the inclination to say, you know what, I'm just gonna stay away from relationships altogether.
No! It's just dumb.
So I get the why. But now it requires you to think about some stuff that I think about when I hear you all tell me, yeah, I'm done with relationships, done with trying to be out in these streets. These are the questions I have for you that you should ask about you. So take notes and answer these as I'm going through them. It should be fairly fast. And this is going to go in reverse order. So the first question I'm going to ask is the least important. The last question is the most important. First question is, why are you doing it? Now, we just talked about how society is and it's difficult and all that other stuff. But what I mean is you personally, and I'll put it to me. Whenever I've put the women on pause, I have done it from a position of power, from a position of strength. I've done it in the sense of there's been an abundance and I don't have time. I need to put the women on pause because I have to focus on building the empire. I have to focus on getting this mission done. I don't have time to keep up with all of them. And for other reasons, maybe they're saying certain things, doing certain things that are just annoying, and I'm just, it's more like there's too much. And this is not to brag. I don't even want to really tell y'all about how I be operating sometimes. I'm telling you because I want you to understand. You need to ask that of you. Are you not dating because you're doing it because you want to? Or is it because you feel forced, because you don't have a choice, because you can't? Is it a lack? Meaning, are you choosing to not be in a relationship because you can't get into one? Or is it over here where, yeah, there's too much and you don't have time? Now, I know many of you are probably not over here with abundance and you're not over here with lack, but you're like right in the middle. You're probably saying right now, well, it's not this, it's not this. I'm regular dude dealing with regular women. It's just They crazy. I might get my money taken. I might get my kids taken away. I might make a kid. You're worried about all the different things, right? And if that's the case, then all right. The point is you need to know where you stand. I want you, if you are choosing this, if you are choosing to not be in a relationship, you should be choosing it because it's what you want to do, not because it's something you feel forced to do. I don't want any of you, man or woman, but right now I'm talking to the dudes. I don't want you to be out of the game because you feel like the game is like got you up against a wall in making you, because of circumstances, because of where you live, because of how society is right now, where you feel pushed out. You should walk away from it, not run away from it because you feel like you're getting chased out, not crawl away from it because you've been broken and beaten down. I don't want you to leave weak. I want you to leave strong. If you're planning on bouncing, planning on leaving, you should leave from a position of strength, from a position of power, from a position of choice. It is your choice to do it. Not because you lack skill. Because if you lack skill, that's not great. Next question is, for how long? Whenever I'm counseling my dudes and they say something like, oh, I'm done with relationships, I'm like, really? I asked that first question we just talked about, then I'm like, for how long? You trying to tell me you're going to live a priest's life and never touch a woman or have a woman touch you? Really? Really, homie? For real? You going to never have a woman rub up on you? Like never? Never again? Like never? Never ever? Never. So seriously, you're never going to rub or get rubbed on? That is insane. But if that's you, gentlemen, hey, if that's you, hats off. That could not be my life. I'm sorry. No. There was a point in my life early on where I thought/tried to do the whole pastor priest kind of thing. I did everything. I followed all the rules. I learned all the stuff. I went far. But when it came to like no women, it's just I was like, God, I no rubbish, nothing. Point is, gentlemen, you need to have some kind of plan. What is your plan? For how long are you going to do this? I'm not going to be in a relationship thing, because you realize that you're either going to have to A, be some kind of hit it and quit it one night stand kind of dude, or B, you're going to roll the dice on paying for it in a place where that might not be legal to do so. C, you're going to travel to a place where paying for it is legal, in which case you're going to spend a lot of money and time. And the list goes on. There's many, many problems with all of that. What are you going to do? How are you going to act? How are you going to be? If you're going to try to do this for the rest of your life, you need a plan to touch and to get touched on. I really highly doubt y'all are going to do the whole priest thing and never touch or get touched. And the crazy problems that come with all the different options you might have. If you're doing the one night stand thing, you have to worry about catching something and or making a person. That's a problem. If you're going to pay for it, you got to make sure it's legal, and then it's going to require all kinds of money, time, and travel. And how cleanly is that? Like, you got to let me know, God. Not that I'm going to go there. I'm just saying, like, just curiosity. That it just sounds nasty. Point is, problems. What is your plan? To never do it again? What's your time frame? What's your plan? Are you putting girls on pause for right now while you empire build, or you put yourself together, or what have you? What's your time frame? What's your plan? Gents, all of these questions come down to the main question, which is, who is you? Who are you as a man? Is this who you choose to be? Do you want to be the priest? Do you want to be someone who's the dog who's out in the streets just hitting it and quitting it with anyone? Are you the one night stand kind of guy? But I know most of you are probably thinking that you're going to do like a George Clooney before he got married kind of a thing, or a Leonardo DiCaprio kind of a thing where, yeah, I'm just going to date or get in a relationship for certain periods of time and I'm not going to keep it serious. It's going to be mad casual and she's not going to go anywhere, but I can do whatever I want. In order to perform like that, gentlemen, it requires money, status, and time. And I'm not even saying that you don't have money, status, and time, or that you can't build money, status, and time. You can. But again, back to that second question I asked, what's your plan? What's your time frame? Are you trying to have this pocket of you being this forever bachelor kind of a thing for the rest of your life? Or are you doing it for a specific time? And if you're doing it for a specific time, if you're 20 or 30, or even if you're 40 or 50, do you have the money and status? Have you built that up over enough time to be able to operate like that right now? And if it's not right now that you can operate like the forever bachelor kind of cats, then how long before you get there? Because that means this period of time that you're using to build up the money and status, that means no booty for you. Unless you're doing it one of the other ways that we talked about. So again, who is you? In the meantime, right now, with what you can pull, what you can do, who is you? Because ultimately, it keeps coming down to sounding like the same thing over and over again of, I keep getting pushed out of the game, and based on how society is right now, society's got me up against the wall, and you know what? I don't even need a woman because it's too hard out there. I don't need a woman. It keeps sounding like, man, I'm gonna do this forever. I don't need to ever think about a woman because I don't have time for that. I'm gonna work on me. I'm gonna think about me. It's all about me, me, me. I don't need no woman. And it keeps sounding like, yeah, that's who I am. I'm gonna be this forever bachelor with a bunch of money I'm gonna either hit it and quit it or just have random girlfriends. I'm not gonna take anybody seriously. That is who I am. I don't need no woman. Every time you say, I don't need no woman, you know what you sound like, right? Can you hear it? You sound just like all the times that you've ever heard a woman say, I don't need no man. And that's the point, gentlemen. I'm not saying that you always have to be in a relationship. I'm not saying that you have to be in a relationship right now. But what I am saying is that some of you have gone so far all around with all the reasons and all the whatever that's in your head, all the different things we talked about. You've gone so far as to sound like the women that a lot of you are making fun of right now. You sound just like all the women that you are saying have messed the game up for everybody. You're saying the same things that they are. This whole, I don't need no man, I don't need no woman. You're just doing it as a dude. You didn't die the hero. You didn't die on the hill of trying to make it work. You lived long enough to see yourself become the villain. You've become the very thing that you hate. Now, not all of you, but enough of you to make a dent. And the good thing is, anytime you want to, you can change it, you can stop it, you can move things around. You could sit here and listen to me and think I'm crazy or I don't know what I'm talking about, but at the very least, like I said, you could do whatever you want. You could choose however you want to operate this game, but you should at least know the answer to those 3 questions that I just asked. That you should be asking to you. Are you leaving because you chose to or you got pushed out? What's your plan? You trying to do this forever or for a small period of time? And ultimately, who is you? Is that who you are? It doesn't matter if you say it with black vernacular, who is you? Say it however you say it, basic American English, who are you? Or even if you say it like my Russian ballet teacher used to say, who you are? Point is, do you know that? Do you know rule 1 of know thyself when it comes to this? If you have decided to not be in the game, hey, that's a choice. At least you have some solutions. You can keep coming back to class, watch these videos, and I will lay the game out for you flat, for you to be able to choose and do what it is you can do to keep things together. I will show you how to get in a relationship, maintain it, all that, if that's what you want. But if you are choosing to be out the game, hopefully you're doing it from a position of strength and not from a position of weakness. Now that's today's lesson. Now if you found value in this lesson, and I know you did, throw thumbs, hit the subscribe button. We're still on the climb and we need to get these messages out to everybody. Which brings me to an important point.
If you want extra credit in this class,
slide this video to someone else who needs to hear this message. So I know you love these lessons, or else you're gonna hear gold bars and knowledge dropped on you on the regular, nowhere else. And you know what? That's what your brain's gonna say. If you try to go anywhere else, your brain's gonna say,
Where are you going? Nowhere.
So come on back and click on another video, get some more of these lessons in. But until next time, no. Deuce, deuce.